guys, Laura Kelley with Iconici MMA Legend Bas Rutten with me today. And just want to talk to you, first, talk to me about the new facility here at Ludwig Martial Arts. What do you think about it?
You know, I know Duane for a long time. Actually, the first time I met him was here in Colorado. I had the Bas Rutten Invitational, and he was fighting on the show. His opponent didn't show up. And then we asked somebody from the audience, and what do you know, this crazy guy jumped out and said, "Oh, fight him." And he was like 20 pounds heavier. And I look at Duane and I go, "You sure you want to do this?" He said, "Oh, sure." And he knocked him out with a high kick. And I go, "Oh, okay." That was right away. So right away we had a connection. And you know, over the years we became really good friends. I had like 6 shows here. So every time we would meet up again. And then we started training together. And we just became really good friends.
Well, talk to me a little bit about what is your favorite MMA fight of all time if you had one to choose from?
Oh, you know, with all the drama building up to it, it was Fedor and Mirko Cro Cop. But that's the version, the Japanese version. If you see that, the video that they show before they come up, you know, when they showed, it's like a very Rocky-like thing going on. You see Mirko Cro Cop training in the high-tech gyms like Ivan Drago. And then you see Fedor, you see him training with old kettlebells, rusty kettlebells. And then this really weird thing starts. You see rivers with bodies floating, and it's frozen. And then you see Cro Cop sitting at his father's grave. And I mean, when Cro Cop came up, I got goosebumps. Look. When Cro Cop came up, he had tears. He was crying, you know, and that was before he came up for the fight. And that was such a powerful moment. These two great fighters at the peak of their career, slugging it out. So yeah, that always stays with me. That one.
And you have so many rules in MMA right now, and a lot of things are being brought up. If you could change any rule that's going on in MMA right now, what would that be?
I would say instant replay. I think that's very important. Like, for instance, with the Uriah Faber fight, when he gives a thumbs up to the referee, but he was in the wrong angle, he didn't see it and stopped the fight. It would be great, because instant replay, people say, oh, it takes too long. It takes not. It takes about 5 seconds, and they have that right away, that video on. They can see it. Oh, restart him in the same position, you know, because that... referees are human. Everybody's human. You know, they make mistakes. And trust me, when a referee like that makes a mistake like that, it hurts the referee too. It's not like he's going to get spit out by everybody else. But when he goes home, he really doesn't like that, because these guys really love the fighters, and that's why they do that job. You know, so it's good for them to have instant replay. Good for the fighters. And then for the rest, I would say, for me, they could even take elbows out and add knees to the face on the ground. Yeah, I really like that at the Pride rules. Not stomping. I think that's a big thing here in America. I think we're going to have a problem. But knees to that, I think, actually, now I think about it, a lot of American people won't understand either.
A little bit, obviously the Jones controversies come up, testing positive for cocaine. What is your opinion on that? How do you feel about how they're handling that?
You know, right now it's not in the rules, right? So, boom, there it goes, title stays. That's how it is, you know, and it should be like, they can't change the rules. Now they can't change the rules, and then the next victim, if somebody does it, you know, he's going to get stripped. For the rest, I think that Jones is a great fighter. Does he need to go in rehab? I think it's just for the people, so people see, oh, he's doing something about it. I don't think he's an addict at all, because otherwise he can't fight at the level that he's doing. You know, it was just a recreational thing. He just should get informed about certain drugs. And if you want to do stuff like that, I would say, be an example first. You know, fight. You're the pick of your career. You can go down as one of the biggest fighters, greatest fighters of all time. That stuff you can always do after your career. But I tell you, if you keep fighting and you stay clean, then I think that once you stop fighting, you don't even want to do it anymore. I think he just needs to look at his group of people that he surrounds him, and he needs to say, okay, who introduced him for the first time to that kind of stuff? And then if that was one of his buddies, I think he should push those kind of guys out. I think a guy like his statue is so big, you know, he's on covers of ESPN magazines, every interview, everybody knows him. I think his friends should really help him. You know, when people are drunk, they tend to do stupid things. And listen, I'm the biggest guy who broke that rule all the time. Yeah, I was a nutcase. But if I would have friends around me, if I would be as big as him, I'd rather have friends around me who really care, you know, have a designated driver, but also have a designated sober guy with you all the time. Say, boss, that's not a smart thing to do. Let's get out and let's go home. That's what he needs to do.
And you can have role models. So, you know, and I know that role models are important to kids. You were bullied in school. You talk about that. What is your advice to kids that are being bullied in school right now?
My advice is very simple. The bullies only have 4 years. Those are their glory years. Because the bullies are not the smartest guys. They're always the guys with the lower IQs, because otherwise they wouldn't bully. A smart kid wouldn't bully because it's a stupid thing to do. So that means that after you're done with high school, it's probably over for the bully. He's going to work, he's going to flip some burgers, whatever he's going to do, his life is not going up. If this guy is not built or born into money, I don't think he's going to have a great life. So that's your payback. And on the second time, it makes you a stronger fighter. It made me a world champion, because I wanted payback. I wanted people to pay for what happened to me as a kid. And I said, people are going to hear from me. I'm going to do something so crazy. And thank God MMA came along, and that was my outlet. But I think because I got bullied, I had some extra fire in there, and that's why I became good.
And lastly, really quick, any movies coming out?
Yeah, Mall Cup 2 is coming out with Kevin James, April this year. I did 2 independent movies, Mercy Rule, where I'm a baseball coach for a minor league team, and then in another movie, and they're still looking for the real title, and I'm a really bad guy there. I'm a meth dealer and maker and killer. I just kill everybody.
Those are fun roles, though. Sometimes the bad guys are fun, right?
Yeah, especially when I read that script, I go, okay, let me do that. It's kind of fun. Let's see what that's going to do.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you for your time, Bas Rutten. Look for the movies, and this is Laura Kelley for Iconici MMA.